welcome to the Green and Gold Gridiron Show. I'm Margot Morin.
I'm Chris Sheets from Kissin' Country 103.9. One of us spent more time in hair and makeup today. Can you guess which one? Yeah, right. We've got a full show today. We're going to see how Andrew Nowacki does in draw play. Check out who's a better driver between Taylor Inglis and Derek Schiavone. And actually, Morley Scott, man, we love his feature. He's going to talk about the undefeated start for the Eskimo season. But first, Margot.
Well, we're starting today off with our fifth quarter segment. That's obviously our alumni segment. We're going to check out a former offensive lineman and current O-line coach, Tim Prinsen. Check it out.
I remember the first day I came in on a game day and saw my name on the back of the jersey. It was like, you know, it's something that you dream of growing up, and to see that dream realized, it was pretty cool and surreal. It wasn't like a right that we had to play for the Edmonton Eskimos. It was a privilege. You know, we worked hard to maintain the excellence that we had, and you know, we didn't want to let each other down, and you know, we played for one another, and that was a special part of that group for sure. As soon as that game ended in 02, we knew we were going to win in 03. The core group that we had returning, we knew that there wasn't anything that could stop us in 03, and you know, obviously 03 speaks for itself, and we did win that year. It was again another realization of goals and dreams, right? To win a championship with the team that you grew up, you know, watching and idolizing the guys that played before you. It was a real cool experience, especially with the group of guys we had that were so close-knit, and playing hard for one another. To win a championship with that group was special, and by far the best year I had as a player, for sure. I took a year off of football just to remove myself from the game, enjoy a summer with my family. The next year after that summer, going into the spring of the next year, Coach Prinsen called and asked if I'd be interested in coaching, and you know, it kind of piqued my interest just to give back to the game and, you know, maybe help some young linemen out with some skills and stuff that I had learned through the years. Yeah, that was interesting because it was kind of middle of the season, and it was challenging, but it was the right time for me and my family as well to jump on board. So coming in, you know, the team had struggled up to the point. You know, I knew the challenges at hand, but the people that called me, they believed in me. I believed in myself that I could do the job. I felt that God put me in the position to be there and do a good job with the team, and you know, things worked out for the best. It's not a right to play for this team, it's a privilege that you have to earn. To play hard each and every play, whether it's on the practice field or in a game, support one another, have each other's back, and play as hard as you can each and every play, and we'll be fine.
Can you imagine how cool it would be wearing your hometown jersey on Commonwealth Field?
Unbelievable. Player in your hometown, now a coach. Tim Prinsen, what a great guy. Hey, we started the season off with draw play, and TJ Hill, you remember, he's the kind of guy you absolutely have to have as your Pictionary partner. Let's see how he does this week when Andrew Nowacki steps up to the drawing board.
Welcome to Draw Play. This is Esks.com. I'm Dave Jamieson with the Edmonton Eskimos, and I am here today with
Andrew Nowacki.
All right, Andrew, you know how we play draw play?
Kinda.
All right, let me fill you in. I'm going to hand you this card. You are then going to walk to this whiteboard with a marker in hand and draw what is on this card. First card up, go for it.
Sunglasses.
Well done. I give you another card. You keep drawing. I didn't know you had such skill.
Oh, wow.
Very nicely done. Who got that? TJ Hill, well done. Andrew Nowacki now into the third card.
I'm horrendous at this. Tennis racket.
Paddle. Light bulb. Light bulb.
Yeah, whack.
Wow.
Rack is off the chain.
You clearly studied art.
Candle.
He's a professional.
Hammer.
You can't look at the card.
Goes.
And that was corn on the cob if you're following at home. There you go. Andrew Nowacki, and clearly just before you run, you studied art in college?
Not at all.
Well done.
Wow, Andrew has to be lying. There is no way he's never done that before. But I agree, that looked closer to a ghost than any piece of corn I've ever eaten, but that's another story.
Well, I'll take Andrew's drawing skills over your driving skills any day. You know, I followed you, Chris, out of the parking lot here, and danger to society is an understatement. And speaking of excess speed, we're actually going to our out of bounds segment where we're following Derek Schiavone and Taylor Inglis as they head to Speeders for some go-kart action. So check it out.
Hey guys, we got Derek and Taylor.
Today just challenging Taylor Inglis to a friendly race of go-karting. It should be pretty interesting. You know, I'm pretty passive, you know, tend to get angry sometimes, but I don't fly around, you know, I'm a pretty cautious driver, but on something like this, you know, I'm definitely bound to take a little bit more risk.
I'm an aggressive driver. There's nothing else to say about it. You know, I don't really find it makes too big of a difference. I mean, between myself driving a vehicle on the street and ripping around out there, you know, I still push myself around pretty good. Yeah, I just want to go fast. I'm like Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, you know, I definitely expect that from Taylor. He's a pretty aggressive guy, so you know, it'll probably take a lap or two to get into it, and then I'm sure it'll be pretty tight between the two of us. I haven't done it in probably 4 or 5 years, but growing up, I grew up around a racetrack. Just my grandpa in the States worked at a racetrack, so I have a little bit of experience. Got into some faster ones in sprint karts, but like I said, it's been 4 years since I've been on one, so it'll be interesting what happens today. It's just a small little track. It was more just hitting the brakes and sliding around turns. Usually be about 6 to 8 of us on the track, just a little oval track, so it's really hard, a lot of contact and a lot of fun.
Done it for a few years, nothing serious, you know, you just go and mess around with some buddies and kill time. You know, I probably went half a dozen times in Winnipeg last season because we needed to kill a lot of time out there. I'm an aggressive person by nature, but usually pretty well. And I'm competitive, so obviously I want to win.
Come on, Schiavone, let's go, buddy. I know you want to get here. Number one's pretty decent.
He's going to be aggressive, so probably take some caution into some turns, but you know, I'm going to give it a go and go for it. It'll be fun. Oh, definitely me. No chance. Taylor's got no chance.
Come on, number 16, let's go, buddy.
Oh, I think I'll absolutely walk on him. He's a little more timid than I am. I'm looking to head the corners a little more aggressively, you know, not rely on my brakes so much. We'll see what happens.
Remember to tune in next week when we see the results of their head-to-head race, and we'll see if Derek can outsmart Taylor's need for speed.
Up next, it's Morley's Minute. The Eskimos off to a great start. He'll talk about that. Morley used to be a speeder. He's not a speeder anymore. It ended, well, quite a few years ago. He was driving in a race car and he was going so fast and he was crying. He was so scared. Finally, the guy at Galaxyland stopped the ride and took him off. Anyway, Morley, what's going on with the Eskimos?
Thanks very much, Chris. Well, so far so good for the Eskimos in the 2011 season. Off to a 2-0 start. Big win in Regina to open the season, then a big win over the Hamilton Tiger-Cats right here at Commonwealth Stadium to start the home portion of their season last weekend. Now, while the team is off to a good start, several players also off to good starts individually. Let's take a look at Ricky Ray. He's second to Anthony Calvillo in yards passing and touchdown passes so far this year. Receiving yards, well, Fred Stamps is second in the CFL. Darius Bowman comes in at number 5. Rushing yards, Jerome Messam, number 2 in the league right now. Messam also named the top Canadian this week for his 104-yard, 2-touchdown performance against the Hamilton Tiger-Cats. Over on the other side of the ball, defensive tackles, J.C. Sherritt, second in the league in that department. Special teams, well, in special teams tackles, Corbin Sharoon leads the entire CFL in that department. And still with special teams, how about Damon Duval? He's off to a great start as well with his new team. He's second in punting average and also second in points scored by a kicker. Eskimos are 2-0. Things are going well so far. After the first 2 wins, they'll play the BC Lions coming up Saturday night here at Commonwealth Stadium. The old saying is, nobody likes change. Well, so far for the 2011 Edmonton Eskimos, I'd say change is pretty good. Looking to go 3-0. If you can't come to the game at Commonwealth on Saturday night, we've got it for you on 6:30 CHED. 3:30 for the pregame show. They'll kick it off just past 5 o'clock. Have a good week, everybody.
Well, Well, that's it for today's episode, but remember you can tune in next Wednesday starting at 4:30 p.m. on Shaw TV Channel 10. And as always, you can check us out at esks.com and shawtv.com.
Absolutely. Huge game on Saturday, 5 o'clock kickoff. The undefeated Edmonton Eskimos taking on the BC Lions, and it's ladies' night.
It is, and the first 1,000 ladies to come through the gates are entered to win a 1-carat diamond ring. There's a vacant finger there. I wonder if my boyfriend's watching.
If he's not, he'll hear about it, guaranteed. They're going to be selling limited edition flip-flops as well. And at halftime, looking forward to this, ladies touch football, two-hand touch football. I'll be on the field helping the ladies with that, I'm sure. And they're not doing this, but they should. Because it's ladies' night, they should let you ladies use the men's washroom all night. Leave the guys out of it, because your bathroom's always lined up at Commonwealth. What are you guys doing there?
It's actually World of Warcraft tournaments.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was pillow fights. But anyway, all right. Tons of draws. You get to the stadium early, and we love to see men and women there. If you can't make it to the game, you can also listen to it live. The Voice of the Eskimos, 6:30 CHED with Dave Campbell and Morley Scott, or check your Shaw HD listings. But until next time, go Esco!
Can you imagine how cool... Did you...
Can you imagine what it'd be like to use a jackhammer in the field house? But I agree, that looked closer to a ghost than any piece of corn I've ever eaten. I got none of that in me.
Come on.
There is nothing about Beyonce and I that are similar. I got no moves like that.